Hello, and welcome to day 44 of 99 Days of Deeper Embodiment. My name is Jason King. I'm just going to pause for a moment and wait for people to join. So happy December 31st of 2020. It is the last day of the year. Oh my goodness, we have made it through 2020, and tomorrow we're going to wake up to a brand new year, 2021. And how does it feel to recognize that in this moment, everything is new? Everything is new here and now, always. What does it feel like to really, really, really move into that recognition that 2020 is gone? It is absolutely gone. There is no more 2020. So we can just completely and fully burn it. I mean, just burn it. It's gone. Just let it dissolve fully and completely. No more 2020. Never, ever, 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 ever to be again. And so I invite you, as you are really moving with yourself today, really getting in touch with yourself today, recognizing that you are what is seeing, you are what is aware, and that everything that is playing out in front of you is there for your enjoyment. Welcome. It's all there for your play. It's all there for your enjoyment. I mean, why do you watch Netflix? Why do you watch a movie? Why do you play a video game? It's there for your enjoyment. It's there because you enjoy it, because it's fun. And so the deeper that we move into embodiment, the more we tap into this, the more that this becomes the natural state that we are always recognizing. Oh my goodness, no matter what shows up, I'm enjoying it. No matter what shows up, that I am aware and I am seeing and I am enjoying what I'm seeing. There's never a moment that passes that isn't enjoyed. There is never a moment that passes that isn't the most exciting thing that's happening, because it's all that's happening. There's nothing else. And even if you're getting lost in feelings of, wow, yeah, I'm really not feeling it right now. This is really pretty much sucking. This is like 2020 has been a bombshell. I'm not enjoying it. It is not fun. You know, even when you are caught up in those ideas, You're still enjoying it. There is still that part of you that is really enjoying it every single moment, no matter what shows up. This is why I say the guru giggles all the time. It's always giggling, always, because the guru sees that everything is enjoyed all the time, always. Even when it becomes too serious, there's still that part that is enjoying that seriousness, that is enjoying that play. And sure, it can be difficult to find that part sometimes. Sometimes it can feel as if that part is missing. It's like, oh, I'm really not enjoying this. I'm feeling down in the dumps. I'm feeling like, everything is just caving in on me. And it can be difficult to find that part. However, it is still there. And so if you step back from the story that you've been telling yourself and just recognize that it is just a story that you've been telling yourself, then all of a sudden it lightens. And so 2020 is a story we've been telling ourselves. That's all it is. And so now we can step back and see, oh my goodness, 2020 is only a story I've been telling myself. That's all it is. It is nothing more than that. And I've been really enjoying this story. It's super exciting. How many of you this year have been glued to the television at times? How many of you this year have been glued to your social media at times? How many of you this year have gotten into very heated conversations at times? How many of you this year have felt that it's very important to defend your perspective at times? How many of you this year have felt threatened at times? How many of you this year have felt as if the world is out of control at times? And how many of you this year have grown deeper in your awareness of self? How many of you this year have begun to tune in to what is in you rather than paying attention to what is happening around you? How many of you this year have begun to move into greater and greater alignment with what is true for you rather than moving with what is being told to you? It's moving rapid fire now, isn't it? It's accelerating now, isn't it? Time is moving very quickly. And so the quicker that time moves, the more important it is to embody. And when I say embody, in this context, what I mean is to be with you, to be fully and completely with you. And so every time you get pulled into what is happening around you, every time you get pulled into defending a perspective, every time you get pulled into some sort of an idea about what is happening, that is arising so that you can pop out of a limiting idea or belief, which is the same thing. What is an idea? An idea turns into a belief when we believe it. And so all ideas are limiting. And so when we pop out of a limiting belief, we begin to see, oh my goodness, I've been believing this, and it's not true. And so when I refer to popping out of a limiting belief, it's because there is a belief there. An idea that does not have a belief around it just passes right on through. There's nothing to pay attention to there. There's no pull towards it because it's recognized that it's just not true. And so then it passes right on through. It's just felt and then it goes. But an idea, when there's a belief around it, then that's felt. Then it becomes very, very sticky and it feels limited. I was talking to my friend this morning and I said, you know, I had dreams when I was younger that were very real. And when I was younger, it was I didn't distinguish between dream and reality because it was all the same to me. And if you really go back to when you're young, that's probably true for everyone. I mean, what is the difference between dream and reality for a child? There isn't. It's all the same. And so in my dreams, I would fly. And so in my reality, I was like, well, why, in my dreams I can fly. Why can't I fly in reality? I'm flying in my dreams all over the place. And so I would get really upset that I can't fly in reality. And I tried very, very hard. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm flying in my dreams. I should be able to fly in reality. And so every time I tried, I got discouraged. It's like, I'm not flying. Why can't I fly? And so here is a limiting belief. And the belief says what? The belief says that I cannot fly. Why? Why is that belief there? What creates that belief? Where does that belief come from? So the exploration will be to begin to question. What is that belief? Where does that idea come from? Let me feel that idea more fully. That idea says that I can't fly. And when it says that I can't fly, what do I feel here? I feel a heaviness in my body. I feel that my body is weighted. I feel that there is no lift in my body. Okay, wonderful. So now I'm getting a sense of it. Now I'm getting a sense of that limiting belief. I'm beginning to sit with that limiting belief. I'm beginning to see it and feel it. and recognize that it's there. I don't need to change it. And the clearer I get around the idea, the more the idea becomes seen. And as the idea is seen, then it is also seen at the same time that that idea is not me. It's just something that's there. And as I recognize that I'm also not that idea, that the idea is just there, then there's less resistance to the idea. And as there's less resistance to the idea, then the idea is no longer energized as real, you see. And this is where it begins to dissolve. As long as I'm energizing that there's a belief there, that there's an idea there, whether I energize it in a sense that I don't like it, or whether I energize it in the sense that I do like it, doesn't matter. It's still being energized as real. It's still being recognized as real. And so it still creates a limitation. And so I'm still not meeting it fully. When I pop out of the limiting belief, then I meet it fully. And when I meet it fully, then it's no longer real for me. There's no more truth to it. There's no more reality to it. It's completely gone. It's completely popped out of. And this is difficult within a collective because within a collective, we're all moving through limiting ideas and beliefs together. And so I can pop out of it for myself, but then it just gets projected right back on me by someone else. And so then I have to pop out of it again and again and again and again, over and over and over again. You know, because I'm still energizing the belief in others. So as long as I continue to energize the belief in others, then I continue to play in the limiting ideas and beliefs of them. And so I have to begin to dissolve the belief in others as well. And so embodying for oneself, first I'm dissolving all of the ideas and beliefs of me, then I begin to dissolve all of the ideas and beliefs of others. Which is why we can't do this alone. It's impossible. It is not possible to do this alone because there is still a belief in others. And that belief in others came before a belief in oneself. Before the idea of you, before the idea of who you think you are came into being, there was the idea in others. And so the first belief was the belief in others. And so that gets hit after the belief in you. First dissolving fully and completely the idea of a you, then the idea of others comes up. And so one can be very clear in themselves because they've really hit all the ideas of a me. They've hit all the ideas of a personal timeline. They've hit all the ideas of any sort of identity that's personal, that's special. And those have been felt through, integrated, seen through, and popped out of. And so one can be very embodied in themselves and yet still dissolving the idea of others. And this is oftentimes more challenging because the idea of others is very sticky. Because in order to dissolve the idea of others, then one has to really, really feel loneliness. It's like, oh, there is no others. Those are all just ideas. Oh, oh my goodness. Wow. I'm actually here by myself. There's no one else. There never was. And be with that fully. And in being with that fully, then the need to change anyone else at all dissolves. The need to tweak existence at all dissolves. There's no one to change. There's nothing to do. You're already doing all of it, all the time. Lane says, I've sat with that on several occasions. So to sit with that is to embody it. In the sense that embody is to make that seeing permanent. So that you're always seeing it all the time. So that you're walking through your reality and always seeing that it's all you. That you never lose that. To see it once in a moment, to see it twice in a moment, and then to have it start to become something that pops up consistently over and over and over again. That's the beginning of awakening. That is when you begin to awaken. That is when you begin to embody what is true, always. What is always true, what is permanently true, what is not relative to anything else. What is not what does not consist of an idea, what does not consist of a belief, what is not based on some sort of perception. And then to embody this realization, because that's what it is a realization. You are seeing yourself. So Lane, that was a realization. So to embody this realization of self is to practice seeing it always. Seeing it all the time. So that you never are not seeing what you are. So that you never get lost in the dream again. So that you never begin to believe that the dream is something other than ideas, other than thought. When you get lost in the dream when you're asleep, then the dream begins to control you. You are tossed around because of the ideas that are showing up. There's no awareness around what you are, that you are the awareness seeing it. So you pick up the role of the dream character and then you just begin to play it, and there's no awareness around it whatsoever. That is disembodied. There is no embodiment of any realization at all there. And so, in essence, you are simply an empty shell. You are playing a role. You are playing a character. There is actually no you there. It is just an idea, a story. When you begin to embody, then you begin to bring the awareness of self into every moment. So in every moment you are awakening, to what is true, to what is real, to what is now. You never get lost in thought again. You never get lost in a character again. You never get lost in a role again. You see through all of them. That is to embody self. That is to embody your realization. So pretty much anyone that's tuning into this 99 days will have had realizations like Lane, where you've seen what you are. You recognize the self. Because what I'm speaking about is embodying those realizations. That's what I'm speaking about. That is the intention of this 99 days. So anyone that's tuning in on a regular basis here has seen what they are, has had a realization of self, has popped into what is true on multiple occasions, often. So now this 99 days is about stabilizing in that realization, seeing it all the time, permanently, without losing it, without getting caught in the idea of what you are, rather than seeing what you truly are beyond ideas, rather than seeing what you truly are beyond concept. The namelessness that you are, always. And so now, as we close out 2020, I invite you to really, really recognize that 2020 no longer exists. See it clearly. Everything that happened in 2020 is gone. There is no need to energize any more of it at all. And we can begin to drop into this moment here and now and welcome what is here with full enjoyment, with full seeing that everything is always enjoyed, always here and now, without any ideas about it. And in this deeper embodiment, what can begin to appear before our eyes is that sense of embodied enjoyment, that sense of enjoying it all. And as we can feel that all the time, then the movie around us will begin to show us that we are actually enjoying it. It will begin to reflect that for us. All on its own. Through our own embodiment. Through our own here-ness, here and now. How fun is this? So I really welcome you to enjoy it all fully and completely. Be fully in it, while recognizing that you are none of it. Be fully in it. Feel it all fully. Allow it all to be. Resist none of it. As we evolve together. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.